Alright, this video is going to cover another review that I'm doing for a different off-road park. This one is for Hidden Falls Adventure Park, located in Central Texas. Park location is about an hour northwest of Austin, and it's about 3,000 acres, oftentimes touted as the largest off-road park in Texas. Now, in regards to prices, whenever you want to go out there and hit the trails, it's $25 for driver and $15 per passenger for 1 day. For 2 day, it's $45 driver and $20 for passenger. And for 3 day, it's $55 driver and $25 passenger. Now, those are adult prices. The under 18 prices are a little bit cheaper, maybe $5 or $10, but not a lot. Now, the camping, there's a bunch of different options at this place. You can get a 30 or 50 amp RV site with full hookups for $50 a night, or you can get an improved tent site for $20 a night. And those are both at Area A. It's a little bit closer to the office and not as far back into the park, and it's connecting to different trail or different parts of the trails that are at Area A versus those at Area B. Now, this park only has two different areas for camping, Area A and Area B. The bunkhouses, now these bunkhouses, y'all, they've got 4 or 6 sets of bunk beds in them, but I wouldn't even call them beds that they are. They're just like yoga pads put on bunk bed frames. Now, there's a lot of space in there, but you're not going to really have any amenities. They've got a fire pit outside and a picnic table, and they're pretty close to the trail entrances, but yeah, they're $212 2-night minimum, and there's a $30 cleaning fee which is charged when you arrive. These are at Area B. Now, there's also 30 amp RV sites at Area B, electric only, at $40 a night. And there's a new area that they opened up by the kiddie track over in Area B. They're calling it Zip's Corner, with 30 or 50 amp full hookup RV areas at $50 a night. And Area B also has primitive tent sites for $15 a night, and primitive RV sites, which are they want you to be self-contained, at $20 a night. Now, this park also offers membership, which lets you go during the week. You get discounts on other, fees for the park. They've got 6-month and 12-month programs for those memberships. For the individual, the 6-month is $175, and 12-month is $300. For the limited, that they call it, you'll have to look at the picture. I'll post it on the video as well to get more information, or just go to their website. The limited is 6-month at $245 and 12-month at $450, and the family membership is 6 months at $345 and 12 months at $650. Now, the memberships are definitely worth it if you're looking to go during the week, or you're going to be going repeatedly over the year. You will get the savings there, and it just gives you more freedom when you go into the park. The trail types, they've got a lot of ATV trails, UTV trails, a hell of a lot of Jeep trails, and some dirt bike trails. Now, the park is about 3,000 acres, but not all of it's trails that you can ride on, depending what you bring in there. If you bring a dirt bike in there, you're not going to be able to go on some of the crazy-ass Jeep trails. And in the same vein, if you bring a Jeep up there, you're not going to be able to go on some of the ATV trails or dirt bike trails. Rules and shit. You have to wear a helmet there unless you're riding in a vehicle with a roll cage. You can't ride on the A to B access road, which is a pretty lengthy stretch of road from Area A all the way to Area B. They do have a pretty good and flat, park road type trail right next to it, but people will still fuck around and try to get on the A to B access road. My belief in the reason that they don't want you on that fucking road is that there's some pretty tight turns on it, and some uphill, downhill, where it's kind of difficult visibility there to see if there's someone coming over the rise or around a corner. And I don't want you flying into a fucking dolly pulling an RV or anything like that. So it's best just to stay off it. They're pretty strict on that shit too. So they've also got some trail signs by the different camp areas to tell you to slow the fuck down. and to display your vehicle tag that they give you at the office whenever you pay. Yeah, they're pretty strict on the rules. They do offer rentals for ATVs. They've got a couple Ace 570s there, and they got some dirt bikes. They don't do the rentals themselves, but it's a third-party company there that does the rentals. I wasn't able to find any fucking prices on what they do charge people. But, you know, they got a website there and a link on the Hidden Falls site. So if you want to check it out, I can give them a call or whatever. Now, the good things and bad things about Hidden Falls. The good things is just the overall fucking park size, man. I mean, you could ride there all day long. You know, see a bunch of cool different shit. They've got waterfalls on the park, you know, stuff like that. And the scenery is really good too, since it's hill country. The trees are short as shit, so anytime you get up in the air, you can really see for a pretty good distance. Go up on, you know, Radiant Tower Hills, what I call it, or whatever, and see some really good sunsets or rises or people off in the distance fucking riding and stuff like that. The personnel there also are pretty friendly. I mean, they do kind of charge arm and leg and whatnot to get you in there, but they are pretty friendly, and they do enforce the rules that they have just to make sure that everyone has a good time there. The trail density is also pretty good. You know, there's not a lot of fucking areas with no trails on them. There's pretty much trails everywhere. You know, no matter what camp area you're at or what kind of trail you want to ride. There's a lot of differences in trail difficulties, whether you just want to go on some easy shit for a day or you want to tackle some tough and dangerous trails. You know, all of that's there for you to go take a stab at. Now, the bad things about this place, one of them is the prices and fees. It's just pretty high, you know, considering the prices for the different other off-road parks in Texas and surrounding areas. I mean, for instance, we got there at almost 11 o'clock one night, and we still had to pay riding fees for that day. Even though it was past the available time to ride at night, and it was fucking 11 o'clock at night, you still had to pay riding fees for that day. You've also got to be a member to be able to ride during the week. You can't be riding during the week at all if you're not a member. There's also a long ass road from the office to Camp A, and then another long ass road from Camp A to Camp B. So be ready to just fucking drive for a little while once you get in the place and you pay. It's not, the trails aren't right there by the fucking office like some other places. Yeah, and the last thing here is they can be some assholes when they're enforcing the rules. They're pretty strict. But I mean, they want everyone to be safe and have a good time and things like that. And they do offer maps at the office and enforce, you know, don't ride by yourself and get hurt or some shit. You know, but they are pretty strict on their rules. So, overall recommendation, while it is an expensive place to ride in comparison to other ATV parks, it's still worth it to go. Just be sure to take the price of the park into account. With all the prices on the website, you can really get a good calculation of what it's going to cost for you to go up there. The scenery, the size of the park, and the differences in trails compared to other areas in Texas really make this place shine. The elevation on some of the trails, like I talked about, a couple of short trees, makes for some pretty cool views and shit like that, especially if you got a drone or a really good camera and take some good photos and videos. But yeah, that's it. Go ahead and check it out. It's pretty popular, but they do handle a lot of size really well. You know, a lot of people in there, they have a lot of Jeep events and things like that, but it's still open to the general public. It's not closed whenever they have events like Barnwell is. It's still open to everyone else. But it handles it really well, the park, just because it's so big and there's so many different size and types of trails. They handle crowds really well. Even if there's a big event that day and you're up there and you want to ride, you may not even run into hardly that many people at all. You know, just because they may be in Jeeps and you're on an ATV, or they may be in ATVs and you're on a dirt bike or a Jeep or what have you. So just keep that in mind. Even if you do see a huge crowd and you go up there, don't think you're going to be running into everyone every fucking turn you get. You know, it might not be that bad at all. So we've been going there for a few years now, and that's just my experiences of the place and people that I've talked to, and, you know, just the information I've gathered on it.